world is storytelling with me, Ronnie. And today we have the fantastic Aoibhinn. Now, this was recorded a while ago on Good Friday. Let's hope all of your Fridays are good. We were going to go up the county top of Mayo, Reek, but there was a yellow weather warning in place. And as we mentioned in the podcast, that would have meant we would have been blown off into the Atlantic Ocean. So instead, we went up another very, very famous Irish mountain, Croagh Patrick, the mountain of St. Patrick. And it was a beautiful, beautiful thing. We didn't see a thing. We were almost blown off the side of that. Very cold, very wet, but a fantastic time with Aoibhinn. And I know that you're going to enjoy this episode. Stay tuned for more episodes. Apologies for the varying times between episodes, between editing, climbing mountains, and so on. It's not always easy, but we're getting there. We're crossing those county tops off one by one. It's happening. So, just before we get there, what do you call a sheep that loves messing around? That's right, Patrick. That was really bad. Thanks very much for listening. Be in touch with any thoughts, ideas, questions, and have a wonderful, wonderful day. So tell a story, one that is true. Yeah. Testing.
Hello.
Hello. Who are you? Where are we?
Hi, I'm Aoibhinn, and we are at the top of Croagh Patrick, also known as the Reek. And it is 2 degrees and windy as anything. Exactly. On Good Friday.
On Good Friday. So
for our sins.
Please do not swear. I mean, usually you can definitely swear on this podcast.
Okay.
But today I feel we're in the vestibule of a church.
Something like that. We're in the outdoor vestibule, trying to shelter from the wind.
I mean, I'd say with the wind chill it is below 2.
Oh, I would say so, yeah. It's definitely freezing. I was just being positive.
And now that we're here, I mean, we won't stay for very long because, fingers and everything like that. And I mean, I'm a big fella and I was being pushed around by the wind.
Yes.
So,
I'm hunkering down on the way back. Yeah. Stay low, like get your centre of gravity, and just...
Like Messi.
Yeah. He's short.
But his butt's low.
His butt's low.
Like Maradona, which is why they're such good players.
I don't know anything about soccer.
And I don't even know if those are true. Okay. But I've heard that in the past that because their butts
their
are so low.
Their centre of gravity is so low.
Yeah, so they can shift quicker than other players can.
Yeah, okay.
Like microseconds. But before we get
segue.
Segue. What's your loveliest memory of being up here at the top of Croagh Patrick?
That is a really good question. I have been up here countless times, in that I don't know. Sometimes I have had no view, sometimes I have had a spectacular view, and both are equally fun. People don't believe me that there is a view when I bring them up on a day like today.
You can't see anything.
Yeah, you could be anywhere in the world.
Yep. No, it does feel special.
Yes, but there was one particular day, and actually, I don't know why this sticks out in my mind. It's a day where it was similar to this, actually. But it was December 2021.
Okay.
Maybe 2020. No, it must have been 2020. It was the year of COVID, and the All-Ireland Football Championship was delayed. Okay. And Mayo ended up playing Dublin in a closed championship final. And usually I'd go to that game. Yep. But myself and my brother climbed up here on the day of the All-Ireland final to pray for Mayo to win, and they didn't. But it was just fun in the sense that usually we'd be making a pilgrimage to Dublin, to Croagh Park, and we did a different one instead. We listened to Croagh Patrick,
which is close in sound.
Close in sound and name, I suppose. Yeah. And we listened to the Green and Red of Mayo the whole way up. Nice. Sang it from the top, and we lost. So I didn't put any faith in that either. Maybe next time.
What will we pray for today for something that won't happen?
Oh, better weather.
Better weather?
Yeah. Okay. I think. Yeah. I'm supposed to do Carnthul tomorrow, so let's hope that dries up and that we get warm quickly and for no accidents on the way down.
Amen. Absolutely. Yeah. Should we take a minute to take in the wind?
Breathe it in.
Yeah.
Can you hear that? The wind?
Wow. It's croaking out there. Hopefully we won't croak. Well, okay, my fingers are really...
okay.
We'll carry on recording with a nice cup of tea.
Okay. Deal. Hello. Yeah, that's working.
We're in our third location, aren't we?
Location number 3.
This is a high value production.
Yes,
we have
it's a full
lots of
tour.
different locations. Yeah, of Mayo.
Of Westport anyway. Yeah.
Would you say that we've hit all the important stuff to see in Mayo?
I mean,
or at least in Westport?
In Westport, we've hit Croagh Patrick, we've hit a coffee shop and the inside of my car. So yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I think my favourite moment from this car was probably during the COVID years. I really fell in love with Mayo again, which was great. I used to swim at least once a week in the sea during COVID, and I had my own car at the time, and I used to take this car specifically to go for my sea swims, specifically for those seat warmers.
Oh.
So even in the coldest months of the year, there was one day we went for a swim, and I'm not kidding, there was snow on the mountain we just came down off. And you're kind of swimming at the point in Westport, you're looking out across at Croagh Patrick. It's beautiful, really scenic, really cold. And there was snow on the Reek, and I remember just getting out of the water, putting on my dry robe, don't hate me, and
hey, some people can pull it off.
Jumping straight. I was doing it. It was the purpose it was intended for.
Exactly, yeah.
And jumped into this car and tucked on the seat warmers and had my cup of tea and drove home. So this car has brought me lots of places, but that's probably my favourite thing about it is the seat warmers. Yeah.
On the way up the hill, you were showing some really nice connections to Nathan and Wheelree, which we were going to go up today, but decided not to, which was a great call because we would have been blown off into the Atlantic Ocean.
Blown off the side of it.
And wouldn't have seen anything anyway.
Yeah.
You were sharing that, if there was a hill in Mayo which you would feel the most connected with, it would be Nathan.
Yes.
And tell me about that.
I think there's just something extremely peaceful about it. It feels... So Slieve Carr is the most remote mountain in Ireland, not just in Mayo, but and I've been up there once, but it's a trek to get to, and you have to walk in for a couple of kilometers. Nathan, basically you park at the foot of it and you start hiking straight away, and there's just something exceptionally beautiful about it because the terrain kind of changes as you're going up. So you start walking and it's woodland, it's Cuilcha land actually, and then you kind of walk up by a stream, and then it becomes really boggy and really wet. And then as you get higher, it becomes rockier and just that bit easier to walk on. It's still steep and it's still slippy, particularly when it's wet, and Nathan is always wet underfoot. But it is just the difference in it, the way you kind of... it keeps you on your toes the whole time. And there's something just really... I don't know, really peaceful about it. So the story goes that it's named after Fionn McCool and his paradise, that Neamh Fionn comes from, or Nathan comes from Neamh Fionn, which is Fionn's heaven or Fionn's paradise. And you can understand why when you're at the top and it's a full 360 view, and you can see the mountains in Galway, you can see Achill, you can see as far as Donegal on a clear day. Over kind of North Mayo, it's really just flat and vast, and it's stunning. You can really see all of the different kinds of Ireland, I guess. It was St. Patrick's weekend 2020, and that was the first time I'd done it in 10 years, maybe more.
Yeah.
And we had this beautiful, crisp, clear day, and I got up and I was like, man, Mayo really is amazing. And it just gives you like a phenomenal sense of what Mayo is. So I'm kind of like, it's my paradise as well as Fionn's.
When you were saying that, I was feeling that I was there in this place that was a paradise a long time ago for people, legendary people, and now for someone legendary like yourself.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You charmer.
Well, I have to be nice to my guests.
True.
Yeah. We were laughing on the way up. I don't know if you'd want to refer to yourself as a lapsed Catholic on a podcast. We can't edit it out. But I'm a Jew, and here we are going up a very Catholically religious mountain.
Yeah, significant.
Very significant, and on Good Friday,
absolutely,
as well. And it would be remiss of us not to talk about spirituality and the fact that there's a church at the bottom and the top, and so on and so forth. And I find it really beautiful when nature and spirituality, whether that's in organised religion or not, come together. And I don't know if I've mentioned this on the podcast previously, but once when I was down in Kerry, and I was cycling around, and I stopped. There's this, I think it's called the Church of Peace. Have you been there?
I don't think so.
It's just outside Killarney, and it was absolutely beautiful because there was this big glass window at the front, I guess behind the altar, maybe you would call it.
Okay.
And looking out onto the Kerry Mountains.
Beautiful.
It was magic.
So nice.
And there's another similar place. There's a place which is really pertinent nowadays called Neve Shalom Wahed al Salam, which means oasis of peace in Arabic and Hebrew, and it is a community of Jewish Israelis and Muslim or Christian Arabs, Palestinians, living together since the 70s.
Wow, yeah.
It's a magical place, and they have because obviously different people with different religions living there, and those with none, they have I think they call it like the spiritual room or something.
Oh,
and
nice.
it's built in the hillside, and it's this really plain, but in a really nice way.
Yeah.
And almost you go in there and it feels like a cave.
Yeah.
And there's not much by way of furniture.
Yeah.
There's maybe a few mats on the floor.
Okay.
And it can be whatever you want it to be.
I love that.
And again, it has this big window which just looks out over the valley. And I've been there a few times and just sat there or stood there, and you have this clear connection between religion, between faith, between spirituality and nature.
Yeah.
What does it mean to you?
Speaking about the Reek specifically, I think the fact that it is, it represents suffering and kind of the end of Lent and the 40 days and 40 nights of fasting. The whole story is that St. Patrick spent 40 days and 40 nights at the top.
Yeah.
And there are stations of the cross as you go up. So I think it's for people who, actively take part in the religion. I think it's a great way to be able to connect to that suffering and feel like some of it is realized. And when you do something like that, and I know I was saying this in a slightly different way earlier, it's kind of like you shed your worries or kind of whatever fears that you have because you're actively focusing on the task at hand and on nature around you. Like there are no headphones, I think a lot of people do it, and they pray as they go, and kind of think about loved ones. Like I've met people who are up there who are going up on behalf of someone else, or are even carrying a family member, just because it's a challenge for them, and if they overcome this, they'll get peace or something out of it. And I think, because let's face it, it's not an easy climb. Like it's safe, and it's there's a clear path the whole way up. So, but it's not to be taken lightly. No. And you do need a certain level of fitness and strength, and you need to have the right gear and all of that to do it. But I think when people attempt it for the right reasons, or for reasons that are really meaningful to them, I think it's a beautiful way to be able to say, I've done this thing, but like nature has helped them achieve that. Does that make sense? Yeah,
it's almost a way of, possibly, I mean, this is me paraphrasing kind of the way I connect to it, is that people often do things in order to map out in a physical way what's going on inside them mentally and spiritually.
Exactly. Yeah.
And also walk it out. We're feeling things the whole time.
Exactly. And it's like
crazy world.
Your body reacts to everything that's going on in your mind.
Yeah.
We all know that.
Yeah.
But I think when your body is put through something that is difficult, you actually can't think about anything else. So it gives your mind peace too.
That's the point where you click in and you're like, one step.
Yeah,
that's
one
all
step in
you're
front
doing.
of the other.
One step, one foot
just
forward.
a little bit further.
Yeah. And there comes a point where it's irrelevant how long you have left or how long you've gone.
It's just about the next step.
It's just about the next step.
The next minute.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you're there.
Yeah.
Not that you could tell that we were there until you were right at the church, but I promise there is a view.
Yeah.
I will tell you this. The fish in Ireland is some of the best fish in the world. And I miss it when I'm away. And the fish in Mayo jumps out of the sea and onto your plate. It's wonderful. You couldn't get fresher. Could not get fresher. It's amazing.
We like talking about stories here and anecdotes, and I don't want to keep you for the entire day because you have places to go, people to see, and the hills to climb.
Yeah.
Yeah, mountains to climb.
Babies to shake, hands to kiss, all that stuff.
You shouldn't do that. Oh, that's a good way to say it.
kissing hands and shaking babies. No, have you never heard that?
No, I have. I haven't heard it the way you just said it. Are you the Pope?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Good Friday.
It is. I mean, there was a female Pope once.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Pope Joan.
Interesting.
So there are chairs which were used by the papacy over the Middle Ages, and these chairs have holes in them of a funny size. And one of the theories is that after the whole problem, because it's a problem to have a female pope in the Catholic Church, and the reason why they had a female pope is because they messed it up. They didn't realise it was female,
right?
Supposedly, right?
Yes.
So what they did afterwards, they had these chairs. So after someone was voted in as pope, they would sit on the chair and with their balls dangling through a little hole, and they would parade this man around, and all the cardinals would go. They'd be lifting the chair up, and all the cardinals would walk underneath, and they'd look up, and they'd say in Latin. I don't speak Latin. Do you?
No.
No. They'd say something like he has two, and they're hanging loose.
Oh my God!
In order to confirm that this guy was the fella.
Real.
I have no idea. I've heard this a few times.
It probably can be.
You know,
That's just
not without the realms of possibility.
Yeah, it's not, it says a lot, actually. First time I ever climbed Muilree was almost like a spiritual experience, because it was the perfect day. It was sunny, but it wasn't too hot. It was a little breeze, so you were kind of cooled off. And it's a steep climb, so you do get sweaty. But I had never been up it before. And when you climb Muilree from the Silver Strand, the view behind you is incredible, because you're looking out to Clew Bay and to Clare Island and down to the beach itself. But you don't get anything beyond the mountain.
Yeah.
Until you get to the shoulder of the mountain. And when you come up over it, Benburry's on your left, and you can walk along the bends and over to Duloc. But you come up over the shoulder, and the whole of the 12 Bends and Killary Fjord and the Sheafries just open up in front of you. And I literally came up over the top, and I had to stop and just breathe for a minute, because the sky was so blue, the water was so clear, the greenery was greening, and it was the perfect day. You could not, if you were to paint a postcard or capture an image for the perfect day in Mayo and off that mountain to send to postcards to people around the world, that was it. And I've never been up on as nice a day since. It was magical. And I think that's like the first time I remember in Mayo anyway being like, oh my God, I live here. This is my back garden, and it is perfect. Yeah, it was a spiritual kind of experience, which sounds corny, but
not
I
at
think
all.
it's
It
true.
doesn't sound corny in the slightest. Sounds really, really lovely.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Wow.
There you go.
Yeah, and it gives me a push to make sure I come back.
Definitely. Well, I would love to bring you up it on a nicer day than today.
Well, so we shall definitely do that.
Deal.
Yeah. Oh, and there's a car just in front of us. It's getting very close and has now hit you.
Yeah, it's fine.
It was a soft
it's
hit.
Just the bumper.
Yeah.
Yeah. All good.
Yeah. Well, talking about corny jokes.
Yes.
I feel I have to give you the opportunity to share a corny joke of your choosing before we go.
My favourite corny joke and my icebreaker is, what did a fish say when he swam into a wall?
I don't know. What did a fish say when he swam into a wall?
Damn.
Hey!
Thank you. It's terrible and I love it.
Well, thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
Aoibhinn.
Thanks for having me, Ronnie.
This has been
great.
Yeah, I mean, this has been such a fantastic hike and
I'm
conversation.
so glad you enjoyed it.
And it's given me the a push to explore Mayo more.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, if you ever need an itinerary, you hit me up, because I love talking about Mayo.
Some say the old ruins in the sand tell us every story will come to an end. But my dear, we can live what we tell. We are storytelling animals.